Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to today's video where we're going to be taking a look at the Finesse Blender Pen. So I'm going to give you a quick little demo and a description of how exactly this works over a few varieties of coloured pencil and tell you what I think about this product. So the Finesse Blender Pen is a blender especially for coloured pencils, and this particular blender pen has two application tips, one on either end. So on one end you've got more like a felt tip which you can use for larger areas, and on the other end you've got a bullet nib which you can use for super tiny details and like blending out little tiny like etching lines and stuff like that. So the Finesse Blender Pen contains colourless alcohol based solution, and it says that it's designed to specifically work with the wax based pencils and it won't bleed through the paper. The formula is also low odor, it's fast drying, it's actually acid free, and it's archival as well. So if you use this on your coloured pencil works, you can have peace of mind that it's not going to fade over time and it's not going to destroy the image over time either. The design of this pen is actually really nice and elegant. I really love the kind of see-through plastic of this, and despite this having actually two tips, I only end up using the one tip, which is the brush tip. I tend to find the bullet nib a little bit clumsy, it's a little bit too hard for my liking. I don't really blend in just specific tiny details and small areas. I tend to blend all over and then add more coloured pencil over the top, so I personally only use the brush tip, but you may use the bullet tip for adding in any kind of tiny details or just using it for a specific tiny area that you want blended. So that's just my opinion. I don't necessarily think that this pen needs both ends. I would just be happy with the brush tip. So for this particular review and demo, I have actually picked out 5 different brands of coloured pencils. So I've got some Polychromos, we have some Luminance, we've got the Holbein's Prismacolor, and I've also got some Derwent Lightfast as well. So you can see how well this particular blender performs over these several different types of pencils. So there's a mix here of wax-based and oil-based pencils, and we'll see just how well they all blend. So for this I'm using 3 different colours, and I'm using a lighter colour and then kind of blending into a darker colour, so you can kind of see how you can get some really nice transitions. And on these initial swatches here I'm actually building up a fair amount of coloured pencil. Usually when you are using a solvent blender or a blender pen, you need quite a bit of pigment and quite a bit of binder down on the paper in order to get a really nice smooth kind of painterly look. But we also test out where you've just got 3 layers of coloured pencil and you've got a lot of that paper grain showing through, and we're going to see exactly how that works as well over just a limited amount of pencil. So before we get into the results of exactly how well this blends over the pencils, I'm going to just explain how you would use this. So if you're familiar with solvent blending or anything like that, you kind of tend to know that you want to blend your lighter areas into your darker areas and avoid using your blender on darker areas first and dragging it into the lighter areas. Otherwise you're going to lose your lighter coloured pencil and it's just going to become darker and possibly a little bit muddy as well. So when I am blending with this blender pen, I'm working from the lighter areas into the darker areas and then ever so slightly bringing that darker area back into that lighter area. I find that you can tend to work from the darker areas into the lighter areas when you're using an application like a blender pen, whereas if you're using like ordinary solvent like a Zest-It or something and a paintbrush, you tend to overload your paintbrush a little bit too much sometimes, and you can kind of just mush all of the colours around together and it can look muddy. Whereas having a blender pen like the Finesse Blender Pen here, you tend to have a little bit more control over how much liquid is actually on the paper. So it doesn't matter too much if you're blending from dark into light, but I still tend to blend from light to dark anyway. And with a little note on the amount of liquid, this Finesse Blender Pen, when you apply it to your paper, it's not too wet and it's not too dry. It's the perfect amount of blender that is applied to your paper in order to create a really nice smooth blended appearance. So you don't have that worry of loading your paintbrush up too much or too little and not being able to blend properly. So that's what I really love about this particular Finesse Blender Pen. Also the smell, the odour isn't too potent. I actually quite like the smell of a solvent. With this one, you don't necessarily have to have a room very well ventilated. You still obviously need to ventilate your room because you're still using something like alcohol base, and it will kind of affect you. Some people it really affects badly, but you don't have to ventilate your room like you would if you was using like Gamsol or something like an odorless mineral spirits. So as I said, I'm always blending from the lighter area into the darker area, and then ever so slightly just bringing that darker area back into that lighter area just to get a nice smooth appearance. So the way that this blender pen actually works is really nice and smooth. The paper that I'm using, in case it makes a difference for you guys, is Fabriano Artistico hot pressed watercolour paper in 140-pound weight. And the blender pen on my particular paper and across all of these different types of pencils worked exactly the same, really nice and smooth, didn't have any issues. The only one that it did kind of have issues with, as you'll see, is a little bit of the luminance, but that's just, yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, the blender pen works really nice and smoothly, same amount of liquid going down onto the paper through the brush as you're working, really nice and smooth, really easy to use, and yeah, it doesn't really take a lot of brain power to work out how to use this one. If you want to check out a kind of in-depth review of different types of blenders or wet blending methods, I'm going to leave a video link in the description and as a card up above for you guys, so you can check out different types of blending where I use a blender pen, I use a solvent, and various other types of blending methods as well, wet blending methods specifically. So if you are a type of person that loves to use a solvent because you don't like to use a lot of pressure with a white pencil or other coloured pencils, or you have weak wrists or something, that's going to be a video that you want to check out so you can compare just how well these types of products compare with other wet blending methods. So let's get into the blending portion and see how well this Finesse Blender Pen works on these 5 different types of pencil, because that's what you guys are here for. So as I said, I'm going to be using the brush tip for this because that's my favourite. I really don't see the point of the bullet tip for this particular blender, but that's just my personal preference. So this pen says that it is designed specifically for wax-based coloured pencils, but when blending out the polychromos, I actually found that it blended really nicely. It became so nice and smooth. The colours blended really nicely together, and it's really got a nice painterly appearance. The texture of the paper disappeared as well, and I found that it worked incredibly well on the oil-based pencil, the harder pencil, the polychromos. With the Holbeins, it did a really good job as well. The Holbeins being a more waxy pencil, this blender pen actually worked incredibly well over these. Again, really nice smooth application, and it blended out really well. The only trouble with this is that I did actually find that it did leave a little bit of the paper texture still, especially in the area on the lightest section where I didn't necessarily have as many layers as the darker section, but the darker section blended out really nicely. The Prismacolor swatch blended out superbly. These are an extremely waxy pencil, and the Finesse Blender Pen just worked over like a dream, and you've got that painterly appearance, and I kind of went outside the kind of box that I'd coloured and transferred a little bit of that colour onto just the plain paper, and it's really nice and saturated. Like, the colour really carries, and it really does blend out nicely on the Prismacolors. The luminance pencils are the ones that I had a little bit of trouble with. For some reason, they didn't blend as nicely as the other varieties of pencils. There is some paper grain showing through there, as you can probably see. I would have thought that the luminance would have blended out quite nicely, but there's still some debate as to whether the luminance are actually wax or oil based, so perhaps that's got something to do with it. Perhaps they are more of an oil based pencils than what everybody is primarily thinking, but yeah. Then I used this on the Derwent Light Vase pencils, and these blended out so nicely. Yeah, the blender pen, these are oil-based pencils like the Polychromos, and they worked and blended really well, and I was so super pleased with this. So yeah, it works on all your oil-based pencils or your harder-based pencils as well as your wax-based pencils. So the Finesse Blender Pen pretty much blended out all of these coloured pencils really nicely. It works good all across the board. wouldn't have a problem recommending this for any of your blending needs and using it with any variety of pencil as well. Just for your peace of mind, I did actually test out the bullet nib, the really hard bullet nib for you as well. I just swatched down a little bit of the Derwent Lightfast, and then as you can see I just kind of added some blended lines over the top so you can see just how kind of intricate and precise you can get little areas of blending. So perhaps you want a little bit of paper texture showing through in one area but want like a blended line coming through, you can still do that. You can use a bullet nib for that, but as I said, it's not really my kind of preference to use a bullet nib. It's just a bit too hard. I like the softer brush tip. So I did also do a test where I did swatch down just 3 layers of coloured pencil and then just kind of seen how well the Finesse Blender Pen can handle just very small limited amounts of coloured pencil down on paper, and it does a really good job at really bringing out the vibrancy of the colours despite only having 3 layers down. So I'm just testing it out on the Prismacolor first, and yeah, you can see just how well that transforms the colour. It brings out, it makes it look really nice and vibrant. You can still see a little bit of the paper texture through, but that's not a problem because you can then go over and add further layers so you can get some darker areas. You can add some white over the top to desaturate if you wanted. This also worked well with the Holbeins as well. You can see that the pigment just really comes out so nice and vibrant. Again, you've still got a little bit of that paper texture coming through, but that's not a problem. As I said, you can just go over and relayer. In case you're wondering, every now and then, or after I've blended, I kind of wipe and do this kind of squiggle where you can see this kind of faded lines on the bottom of my piece of paper here. That is just to clean the nib of the blender pen. I find that if you leave a little bit of the blended kind of colour on the nib, it does stain it, and you can transfer that onto other areas. So I always like to just clean off the tip of my pencil just on a scrap piece of paper I would use normally, not the actual drawing obviously, and just kind of squiggle and make sure that all of that colour and residue is off of the tip of the blender pen before you go into working any other areas. So just a few layers on the luminance. The blender pen did actually work really nicely with just a few layers, but with multiple layers on the luminance it didn't tend to blend as well or as smoothly, but with just a few single kind of layers it blended really nice. Same with the Polychromos, really nice and saturated. It blended superbly, and with the Lightfast as well. So yeah, all round I think this is a fantastic blender pen. I would highly recommend it to you to go and get it if you like wet blending methods, and if you are struggling with using a white pencil to blend or anything like that. I would highly recommend that you go and grab yourself a Finesse Blender Pen. I'm going to leave a link, it's going to be an affiliate link of course, to where you can find this on Amazon and also Jackson's Art Supplies in the description below, so if you want to check it out please do so. It is a great piece of kit to add to your coloured pencil arsenal. Even if you don't like wet blending and you prefer sort of dry blending methods, I still think this is something that you need to add and that you should play with it sometimes, because it could be really good to add it into eyes and make them glassy and everything. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the Finesse Blender Pen. I hope you found this a little bit helpful. I didn't go into too much detail because I kind of reviewed blender pens before. It's the same kind of principle, and I've done the wet blending methods before, so explain exactly how you use stuff through that. But I just wanted to give my thoughts and just a little demo for you guys on this Finesse Blender Pen. So I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, make sure you leave a like and comment what else you would like to see me review or demo for you guys down below, and I will work on creating a list of stuff to demo. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later. Bye!